It, yeah, especially since it just gives you so much dopamine that lets you really focus on what you want to. Um, so yeah, I was gonna before we started, I was gonna show you my my thought process in my notes. It's not too much, but um, and I figured out some things, so I skipped some steps. Luckily, um, are you looking at my screen? Okay. So before I start, I think my issue was theory overload. I would just be so excited to learn new things. And then I broke it down oh, we obviously want to improve the things that we can control, which is outside factors like diet, sleep, health, mind state, which are all things I've been working on, in-game factors, etc. But what I've come to the realize is that quite possibly the most important skill for improving faster is questions, like getting better at asking yourself questions. Um, yeah, and then my understanding of learning is that you try to create a mind map, you apply it, you see where it fits in, etc., etc. You compare it to how top players do it. You judge how you value it. Like this was the Bloom taxonomy of learning or some shit. And then you create your own theories. And then I was like, wow, it really boils down to we learn tools, we integrate them, and then we polish them. Yeah, so lately I've just been thinking about how what's the difference between improving quickly and improving correctly? Because everybody, you want to reach the top to the fastest, or you're looking for this quick and easy way, and obviously you're still trying to improve, but I don't know, maybe I feel like I need to slow myself down and just improve correctly and build a foundation, or not build a foundation, but stop worrying about yeah, stop worrying about improving the fastest I can and focus on improving the best I can. That's it. Um. Uh. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what I thought about was just all right, what are the most important things that are gonna make me consistent growth? Because that's improving correctly, right? Would you say just consistent growth? So I think questions. I think being get asking or getting better at asking myself questions is probably the best thing I can do. But I feel like that's kind of a hard thing to go on because it's why do we ask questions to get answers? Why do we need answers to learn? How do we ask questions that will help us learn? You get specific. How do you get specific? But to get specific, you have to go super broad and then et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So we could talk about that. Yeah, yeah, we could talk about that, and then I also wanted your opinion on uh what so I put obviously there's a lot of things that go into improving outside factors, simplifying the game, your mentality, but there's also where the merit of creating such a strong game plan that you're able to ask yourself questions easily, to improve faster. So I thought that made sense, but also where versus learning getting better at advantage states, so you need less turns, to get better. Yeah, so I'm kind of all over the place. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, you have to pick something. You have to make a choice. That makes sense. Because with the actions, basically, it's like you're basically gonna have to go back and replace them later on with habits. Yeah, yeah. Whereas choices, yeah. Whereas choices always, I can make better decisions. Or, yeah, yeah, yeah. My forward smash will never work, 100 times in a row. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it makes sense in my head. Yeah, yeah, perfect. Yeah, yeah. What I was trying to say is, I guess like I can always upgrade the actions I take. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like instead of getting like a weak punish, like then that the improved action can help there, but the choices scale. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think it happened because I didn't integrate and polish them enough. Like I kind of just moved on a little too fast. Yep. 21 to 60 days for habits to build new habits. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, unlearning takes forever. You have to replace it. Otherwise, you're going to be there for a long time. Yeah. Well, yeah, and you swing because you have an assumption of where the opponent. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I feel like you just made a great value Coach Tony comparison. Bro, like, yeah, Talking about some wild shit. Yeah. Dude, I had to say it, bro. It's because I was thinking about the stage control one where he's like, think about an umbrella or yeah. Yeah, like it was so funny. Like, but it's still good. It's weird. Yeah, it's just weird. I love him though. Yeah. No, he's awesome. He's awesome. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, so that has me interested. How long should you like a super important but vague topic like game plan or ledge track? Like how long should you prioritize like improving that and then, go to the next thing, then go back to it, you know? Yeah. Okay. That's it. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yep. It's like how do you simplify this? Oh. Dude, I love the way you just said that. Yeah, like yeah, it goes, but it goes forward. Like you go forward once you complete the circle and you go back like a circle. Maybe I didn't see you talk it. Mute. How do you mute the stream? Just mute. You want me to just mute my mic? Will that work? I didn't open the stream yet. Okay. Oh wait, yeah, I did it. I muted it. Yeah. So it's kind of like a mind map. Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. It ta- it takes you much longer to go through the circle. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. My bad. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if you value it a lot, your subconscious is going to naturally want to get good at it. Yeah. That's crazy to think about. Yeah. But we definitely are. Hmm. Dude, that's crazy. You're so right. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. 3. No. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's funny. Cause like I like thought super deeply about my game plan. Like you remember it might not have been last time, but it was one of the times I was like, yeah, dude, I don't see how Joker has a like good win cons. But yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, part of like the I figured out that his game plan is just weird because it's like I feel like his 1-2 is being at the edge of their range, which makes them have to decide between getting closer, cornering themselves, or playing my range. Like that's the one, and then the 2 is like using my burst range or like overshooting, etc. And like, dude, I put in like I probably grinded like 40 hours in like 3 weeks, like VOD reviewing, theory crafting, note taking, and then like I went and played and I just did so bad, and it was like it was so discouraging. I'm not gonna lie, but I played against Wanpi, Yeah, and we had some fire games. 2-0 but close type beat. Yeah. Um. Yeah, yeah. So this is going back to like the how long to improve something. So I feel like the most important factors in consistency are game plan, advantage state, and improving your weaknesses. Um, and I guess I can't ask you like how should I value that because I have to figure that out on my own. But like if I want to be as consistent as possible, if I want to get better and beat everybody, which like how should I rotate improving them, or what should I prioritize first? Like not master, but like attempt to. So that way, like it just makes me that like a consistent like wall. Yeah, yeah, like replacing bad habits, I guess. You know. Okay. Uh, yeah, yeah, I guess so. I mean, cause you can have weaknesses everywhere, but yeah, you know what? You're right. Yeah, really. Me. The information that we're giving, cause they're stuck there. But what? But on ledge, don't you have to make a lot of choices? Like, are like for instance, like they have a lot of different like positions you can ledge trap from, to entice certain options. But like you have to decide on if you're just gonna let them hang, if you're gonna try to get a high reward option, if you're gonna play to positioning so that way you can safely corner pressure them. The D to D, it's D to D with the jet hammer, the jump. Well, most of the time he does it to cover jumps, so he's that's a choice and an action, right? Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So I should just do what I want when I'm in advantage. No, I know. My bad. So, eh, hold on before we go there. Like, so for advantage state, like if I want to improve it as quickly as possible or correctly, quickly, whatever, I should focus on simplifying it since it's, it's very little. It's not that complex. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a great way to put it. Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of hard. Like if you're just getting lead strapped by somebody way better than you, you're like they cover every option. Yeah. Pure choices. Yep. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. And also like I feel like game plan can basically create a wall between you and like lower level players than you. Yeah. No, you just said finding weaknesses in someone's game plan and I was like, "Bro, I don't even know how to do that." Fuck. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's great. Yeah. Yeah. Like basically, if I figure out how a game plan of this matchup is played and they don't, follow a specific part, you're like, ooh, weakness. Ha- yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Um. Yeah. Yeah. The other thing. So like, I feel like my favorite form. Well, obviously, I love playing, or I guess it's not obvious, but I love playing the game. Like, but I fucking love playing it all the time. But my favorite form of practice is like theory crafting, thinking, like taking down notes, VOD reviewing. But I feel like I feel like there's a way for me to improve, like to integrate it into my gameplay without having to play. Because the issue I'm having right now is that I just got started a job and they literally took all the 3 days I could go to tournaments. So, yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I guess I could play online and do it, but what I was curious of is like my idea on how I can improve it in my like integrate it without actually playing is I can, watch how other like I can watch how Leo integrates it per se, but or I could think about how it's integrated, but I'm not sure. So now I kind of just have a fuck ton of notes I've been taking and I haven't been able to integrate them well enough, I guess. Maybe I just have to go back through my cycle, the learning cycle. Mm, okay. Yeah. What did you say? You said work on what kind of choices they lead to. Okay, okay. And I was gonna ask you about questions, but I just remembered that like if I want to get more specific, I could just do who, what, when, where, why. It's a simple way of doing it. Oh, I'm so sorry, bro. Thank you for your time. Uh, yeah, no, this was awesome. I love talking about the game, especially with you. That was fire. Um, okay, yeah, yeah. Before I'll let you go, but when should the next time I get coaching from you be? Because I still have that hour session I wanna, clock in. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. And do you think there's merit in comparing the decisions I make now to how I used to play? Okay, 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 okay. And that's it. I gotta, and if I want to keep working on specific things, I have to set, micro goals or not micro goals, but goals, and then okay, okay, all right. Hey, thank you. Sorry to have you, running late. Shh. Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I shouldn't need the VOD. I was recording it. Oh wait, never mind. Yes, I do. Thank you. Have a good meeting. Thank you. Bye. How long ago was this? Are you still there, Mystic? Yeah, it wasn't J-Jaw. It was Oh, wait. Could you really not? You could hear now? That was Ramses, by the way. Ah, shit. Okay, it's cool that he's sending me the VOD then. I wonder why it didn't work. I thought it was audio output capture. Huh. Window capture. Yeah, this isn't active. Huh. What are you doing, Mystic? Damn. I wonder why it didn't work. Okay, yeah, that new Among Us update happened. Chilling today. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to improve. Ah, maybe I was supposed to do it through here. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, I seen that like fandom shit, and you could put a tracking device on somebody, and this and that. When you want to play offline again, Mystic? Oh, it went great. Watch. I'm gonna open this actually so you can see. But basically, I was confused on like what improving necessarily, not what it looked like, but like I've just been deep. I've been in the deep dark, bro. I've been at the bottom of the ocean. I've been thinking, and I just think too much. So like, I don't like prioritize shit enough. So like, it was theory overload. Like I don't polish things enough. But I went through like my cycle of learning, and then he talked about um what he thinks the correct way to improve is making choices. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I don't know. I'm still kind of lost, but what I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to figure out how to simplify Advantage to get what I want. What he said, figure out what you want and how to efficiently get it. So I'm really interested in that. But so I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna try to like maximize my game plan, and then with that comes like messing with my weaknesses. I don't know how it's just yeah, it really is just decisions because I mean it was funny what he said. He said that like he said it's all the choices we make are based on assumptions, and he said that for instance, you don't want to go outside because it's raining. Because you're like you assume you're gonna get wet. That's why you don't want to go outside. And like that's simple, but that's it's kind of true. Like when I go forward, I'm assuming that they're gonna give up stage or that they're gonna get hit by my dash attack. Yeah, so I don't know where I'm going with this, but something else he said that like stuck with me that was simple. But in terms of stage control, when they are moving back, they are safe, and when they're moving forward, they are unsafe. And like that's so simple, but I don't know. It's just I think that'll help a lot. I just want to play. Fuck. But I'm a broke boy. I just want to get good, bro. And I just got to get good the right way. I just want to be the best. Yeah. But offline soon? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? Yeah, that was so fun. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of tight when I got cooked at the end. When I was fucking with you about the water, I just got destroyed. I was like, damn. It's like, how did I let it end like this? Like I was talking all that shit and then I ran out of steam. No. No. Ooh, Mystic, actually I want your opinion. Like yeah, you popped off. What the fuck? No, so what how do you value like cuz honestly, I think what I'm interested in the most is like, consistency, right? But how do you value like do you like prepare for not people who are worse than you, but like the lower half of the PR, you're like, I don't want to lose to them and this and that, or do you mainly just prepare for people you want to beat? I guess in reality, what it is, what how I should frame it in my mind is, I prepare for people who I want to beat, but I should want to beat everybody, so I should prepare for, not everybody, but I should prepare. Huh. Yeah, because you play Steve. I mean, because you're good and you have fundies and you have a lot of experience and yeah, I feel like with you, obviously getting your advantage state up helps, but I feel like the biggest difference between you now and you like a few months ago is because you've just optimized your Steve game plan so much better. So like it makes it a lot harder. And this is exactly what he was talking about. He is like, oh, like advantage state. Advantage state is kind of a short-term reward. Um, like it's kind of short-term. Like you'll beat the fuck out of people, especially people who haven't played against you or that aren't good at an advantage. But like when you play against better players, it's not going to work out as well. Whereas if you create like a master game plan, then you're going to give it's going to be so much harder to beat you. But it's weird because I feel like the advantage state's really important in that too. Yeah, I mean that's kind of how it is. I mean that's how it is for everybody. But like with Steve, it's like Steve's game plan is so strong. Like his 1-2 is so strong that if you get really good at optimizing that game plan, it'll take you really far. But he's also weird because his advantage state also has really amazing long-term results. Like if you get really crazy at Steve combos, then like that has a super good payoff. Whereas like with Joker, like I feel like I already got like I feel like there's not much more I can optimize the combos besides the footstool stuff. But the footstool stuff is weird because it's the full hop footstool that's kind of crazy. So I was looking into that, and it's kind of wild how crazy the full hop footstool is. But it's kind of hard, and yeah, perfect combo playstyle. I mean, you're not gonna. I feel like perfect combo isn't a playstyle. Like having perfect combos, that's just like a player trait. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, actually, it's funny you say that. That's in the Bloom's taxonomy of learning. Where is it at? Is it here? Yeah, yeah. In Bloom's taxonomy of learning, basically what it works is how it works is the first level is we read it. We read it and you're like you try to understand that shit, but it doesn't make sense to you. You just read it. Then you understand it. You try to like how does this disease work? Like, what is it? What are its symptoms? What are its causes? How do you treat it? Like, that's understanding, and then applying it is like for in a math problem, it's like, oh well, it's just a simple equation. You just plug it in here and there. Whereas a complex, they have complex problems that I'm like fumbling my words really bad, but like basically like some math problems require multiple steps and they have multiple ways you can solve it, and it's up to you to figure out the best way to solve it. Um, and then you compare it. You compare it to like, oh, how do other people solve these problems? How does Akola deal with people breaking his walls? And then you have to like be like, oh, like where does this like how do I value this? Like, is this something I should prioritize a lot on, or is it something like it was cool that I thought about and I prepared for it, but like maybe it's not as important as I actually thought. And then finally, the last step is you try to develop and figure out all the loose ends you had with the current information you have. Um, I'm not an expert at I'm not an expert at explaining it, but that is how it works. And in my mind, how it relates to Smash, I don't think this is a part of it. I don't think regurgitating, because that's what the first step is called, regurgitating. Um, I think it's a little weird because in Smash it's like stage control, like the concepts are so broad and wild that I feel like you can't just regurgitate it. That you just have to try to understand it. And in my mind, understanding it is doing part six, except like on your own. Like you just like think about, for instance, let me pull up. I could pull up this. I went and like thought about. I went and thought about all the like what do how do tomahawk grabs truly work, and what does it entail? And like at one point my gameplay I was really insane at tomahawk grabs because of the way I moved. Like since I was like so floaty and I like kind of not floaty but like I landed so elegantly, it like entailed a tomahawk grab. But basically I like would think all this out and how it plays in, and then I compare that to in my Joker move mastery. I'm like, oh, how does that play in with yeah, with fair one? Like, so it's kind of too much. My thoughts aren't consolidated at all. Um, okay, you know what? You're right. You do like sometimes a top player will tell you something. Like a top player will tell you something you can't understand it. They're like, "Oh, I think you do this and this and this and this." That's why it's really good to have your coaching sessions recorded, so that way, like, you try to regurgitate it. Like you can regurgitate it kind of, but you can't understand what they're saying. Like you haven't digested it, so you have to listen to it multiple times. That's why I'm excited to listen to this coaching session again and see what kind of questions I want to ask him. Um, but what I think the most important skill in Smash is questions. So I think it's weird because I want to figure out how to master this, but I don't know if that's something I can just like master because it's something I'm always going to be doing is asking questions. But yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, because for instance, like whenever I prepared for Super M and I played so much better, it's because I was literally working out at the gym. Oh shit. Oh well. I was working out at the gym and I was literally just asking myself questions. Or that 2 a.m. VOD review I had, I don't even remember who I was watching. Like what set I was watching. But like I was literally like, "Oh, okay. Well, obviously Terry wants to get like what does Terry want? Terry wants jump-ins." Um and I was like, "Okay, well what's his second part? Like how does I don't know. I fucking suck at explaining this, I think. But basically, I was like, how do you ask questions? I was like, how do you ask questions? Yeah. Oh, okay. I was talking to my professor, and I was like, oh, how do you ask questions? Let me open this again. And it's not here. I was like, oh, why do we ask questions? To get answers. Why do we need answers? To learn. Why do we want to learn? I guess I don't know. But how do we ask questions that help us learn? And you have to get specific. And then you're like, well, how do you get specific? And like to get specific, you have to understand it. You have to understand it enough for you to get specific. So it's like I feel like how it works is you have to ask a broad question, and then you can ask who, what, why, when, where to get a little more specific, and then from there you can get specific. So you're like, for instance, let me open this. Fuck. Yeah. Let me see. Is it in this one? No. It's in this one. Yeah, okay. I think it was this one. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I broke down that like what Luigi wants, like how he jumps at you, like he jumps at you with like Fair's air, and that I broke it down super specifically to what he could do, and then I was able to simplify it to just roll, lol, because roll beats all the actions he takes, and roll beats him trying to hit where I am instead of where I'm going. My notes are all over the place. I don't think I can organize it. I just don't think it'll happen. Um, yeah, see, I don't even have. Hmm. I haven't even used. I haven't even like used most of it. Hmm. But I think I probably should just work on this. Dude, like Joker Nair is such a crazy move, and I spam it all the time, and I really could not explain to you like what its purpose is other than to cover your movement and be a combo starter and be safe on shield. Like I don't know, it just covers space. But like I use it so much that I feel like I should be able to explain it more. Yeah, like I'm gonna have to watch and figure out when I hit it, cause like, for instance, I could explain dare, grab, fair one, dash attack, like when to use them and how they combo with each other. So for instance, I was like, oh, dash attack and grab is a broken combo for Joker because it's like the dash attack, enforces them to shield, and then once you've convinced them to shield, then you just get free run of dash grabs. Like people just let you do it because Joker dash attack is so crazy. And then like I was like, oh, it enables other things. They're like, well, you know, I don't want to be here when I don't want to get grabbed, and shielding is too risky. So I'm just going to start doing other things. Yeah, and now they have to do all these other things to counteract the grab. And then you do the other things to counteract what they counteract, and then it plays back to just dash attack. Well, so I don't know. This game is so complex, and it breaks down into like the simplest. Like it's weird because it's so complex, but then once you super deeply understand it, then you could break it down really easily. But I feel like I'm not at the point to simplify it because I'm just like too lost in the sauce. Like I really understand how fair one grab works, but I still don't have it in a simple form. That makes me absurd at using it. And then like it's like these are the simplest forms where they're just combos. Like dash attack grab is a combo. Not it's not like a combo. What I mean is that like a 1-2, but then they actually pair into a 1-2-3, and then that 1-2-3 pairs with another 1-2-3, so that holy fuck, bro. It's just RPS into RPS into RPS. What have you been doing to improve lately, Mystic? I I've just been I haven't been playing since Nexus, and before that I was busy with work. So much Elite Smash, bro. Why are you playing Elite Smash when you could play me? Ugh, Elite Smash? Ugh. Yeah, but like, which matchups? Which match? I agree with you that like online. I feel like 1 minute 30 ad a rip. You can't hear what I'm saying? Here, I could type. Online is worse, but I think there's definitely a legitimate merit to grinding it. I mean, you get to practice skills that you don't, you get to practice your skills. It's like playing offline. But I think the real quick play is weird. Like there's multiple different forms of practice you can do. You can practice with people you consistently practice against, right? You could practice in a tournament setting, so online tournament setting, and you could practice against new people, like so matchmaking. So I think the you practice with specific people you practice with. I think this is really good for practicing specific things. It's kind of hard to practice something new on new people because you're not used to the way they play, or this and that and the third, etc. Um, you can practice in a tournament setting. I think this one's probably the worst and the best one because like you get tournament practice, but it's really hard to actually practice it efficiently. And but I think it is great for practicing your mentality and and adaptation because you only get two games to play them. And then matchmaking is weird because I feel like this is kind of like the tournament without being a tournament. I don't know. I definitely think there's merit to it, but I think it's better to play one person for a longer time. But I'm not sure. But we literally have a duck hunt in Louisiana. We Fit, yeah, we don't. And Toon Link is weird. Dude, We Fit? There's no way We Fit does even okay against Steve. What is We Fit gonna do? Oh, what is he not doing? That makes it hard. Really? We Fit? I thought Duck Hunt does really good against Steve. I'm just so surprised that We Fit does that good. Does she have good ways to break walls? Like, cause, well, actually, I can't even speak on We Fit. Yeah, I don't know We Fit like that, so I got cooked by this We Fit and Bama. So Wow, ball breaks wall? The fuck? Yeah, I wish I knew how to use the ball. Because, like, yeah. Yeah, she's really good at planking. It's probably, what you probably want to do then is, you wall her. You build a wall between you and the ledge and get resources. And you like, not where, the neutral get up would break wall, but where she has to jump or roll. And then, yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes it. Dude, low key, that might be broken against a lot of characters. Just forcing, like, just right outside neutral get up range where it won't hit. Yeah. And see, that's an advantage slash game plan thing, but bro, trapping people in the corner with walls sounds broken, I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen it done, so I just it's all in my imagination like how actually crazy it is. Yeah. So like my thing is like I prepared where's that? No, it's right here. But I was like, oh, like you know, these are the characters I have to study for. Or these are the characters I could possibly play in this state, if I'm making it far. Ooh, I should add Sonic and Inkling. Sonic. Inkling. Yeah, and like I don't know, I just feel like I feel like I should never lose to D again. Like I need to put in the work. I need to figure out what choices I'm making that's leading to me losing and just never lose again. But yeah, like anyway, like I feel like, since I have these players in my state, I should work on mastering these matchups. But I don't know where to start. So what I think I'm going to do is like, I just whichever one I want to do first, I'll do cuz like the Terry one came to my mind and then bro fuck low tiers. Yeah, Inkling. Oh, you should have seen that Japanese tier list. But yeah, no, like I don't know. There's a lot of shit for me to do to improve, and it's kind of overwhelming. Like I don't know where I should start, but I think what I'm going to start with is my advantage state cuz if I just had a good advantage state, like all of my problems would be solved, but not really, but like absolutely would. I'd be more consistent. But like I also, I want to figure out I feel like the most, every time they talk about it on like oh my god, why couldn't I speak coach's corner? They're like this game is game plan versus game plan, and then like once you get above that, then it's player versus player. But like, so I feel like I probably should just work on my game plan, and then I'll be top level in Louisiana. But I also feel like advantage would help me out a lot right now. But I don't know. We want to corner the opponent to secure safe, consistent, small advantages. Corner the opponent through creating good situations. Creating good situations is about using stage control. It's a resource, so it's like, are you willing to give up? Am I willing to give up some of the resource to create a good situation? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when do you use it as a resource to capitalize on? And when do you try to gain it back? When you have a lot of it, it's good to use. When you don't have, prioritize getting it back. So how do we use it? Yeah, game plan's enough to be most player. I have fun playing Among Us. Thank you for stopping by. I enjoyed this conversation. You helped me with my thoughts. Game plan is enough to beat most players. Exactly. You need a game plan to beat everyone.